Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Raiders Daily. My name is Jackson. I post daily Raiders content. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. So the trade deadline is less than a week away, and I still feel like the Raiders need to make some type of move, whether it's the offensive line or, to me, I think they should make a move defensively. Now, today we're talking about ROQUAN Smith. The reason for this: earlier today, the Chicago Bears traded Robert Quinn, defensive end, to the Philadelphia Eagles for just a fourth-round pick. Now, ROQUAN is a star in this league. He is by far the best defensive player, probably the best player at this point in time on the Chicago Bears, 100%. Now, he actually leads the NFL in tackles right now with 78. He has 2.5 sacks. Keep in mind, the Raiders only have one player on their roster that has more than 1 sack, and his name is Max Crosby. They need some type of playmaker. Now, ROQUAN Smith, his asking price is going to be high, but there are a couple caveats. This is the last year of his contract. He actually requested a trade from Chicago earlier in the offseason. He has this weird thing going on right now where apparently it's a family member is representing him as far as his agent goes. The Chicago Bears, they just got both a new GM, they got a new defensive coordinator, they have a new head coach. So when he asked for an extension, they were like, well, hold on. You don't necessarily fit our defensive scheme. We want to evaluate you for our new scheme. And to be quite honest with you, he's been amazing. But the Chicago Bears, they have a lot of money, over $125 million in cap space headed into this upcoming year. They could do a fire sale because right now they're not that bad. But in your same division, you have Green Bay and you have Minnesota, and both of those two teams, or I guess Green Bay sucks right now, but Minnesota, they're 5-1. I mean, if we're being real here, should Chicago tank for one last season, try and get a great draft pick and make some moves in free agency? Probably, because when a new GM comes into town, they like to clear house. We saw with the Raiders, right? So I don't think ROQUAN Smith long-term stays with the Chicago Bears, whether that's for money or whether that's for fit. So that's the good news, because he's one of the best. I mean, he might be the best middle linebacker. He might be the best linebacker in the NFL. I mean, that's up to, personal opinion. Denzel Perryman, to me, is by far the Raiders' best linebacker, and he's done a phenomenal job. But you really can tell how much they miss him when he misses a game. So if I'm the Raiders, I'm looking at their offseason and I'm thinking, all right, well, hold on. They just made a bunch of trades. They made a bunch of extensions. They made a bunch of signings. They made a bunch of moves in general. They clearly have a couple of year window that they see that this team can, should, is, will be, all the above Super Bowl contenders. So to me, Patrick Graham loves playmakers. I mean, what defensive coordinator, what defense doesn't love playmakers? To me, ROQUAN's that guy. I mean, last season, 163 tackles. This season, he's had 2 interceptions. He's been in the league for just 5 years. He has 7 picks. He's one of the best coverage linebackers in the NFL. He's also great at stopping the run. He's also great at attacking the QB. He's got 3 QB hits on the season. He's got 4 tackles for loss. He's just a playmaker. And while this might be stretching it, I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders were at least intrigued, at least interested to see what the Chicago Bears asking price is. Very curious to hear what you guys have to say. So hit that like button, hit that sub button, but most importantly, go ahead, drop a comment down below. Do you think the Raiders should give up? It's not going to be a king's ransom, but you're going to have to give up some future assets. You're going to have to give something up, all right? What do you guys think? First off, or lastly, thank you guys for so much love on this channel, man. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. We're getting closer and closer to 7,000 subscribers. So if you like daily Raiders content, be sure to hit that sub button. If you don't like the ROQUAN trade, or even if you do, go ahead, drop some targets you guys want the Raiders or me to make a video on that you think the Raiders should go after.